Hello, my name's John Myers, and I'm a professor at the University of the Pacific McGeorge School of Law in Sacramento and the author of Experiencing Family Law. I've been teaching family law for many years and decided to write this book to have a book that really focuses on the practice of family law. My students over the years have been primarily interested in going out and practicing law, and this book is designed for them. What I've tried to accomplish in this book is the best of both worlds, a traditional book based upon doctrine in family law, constitutional principles of family law, but eminently practical as well. You could use this case book as a traditional case book without an emphasis on practice, but the book is clearly designed to be able to equip students to go out into the real world and practice family law. I think what distinguishes this book from others on the market is the emphasis on practice, with a lot of exercises geared toward the real daily work of the family law attorney. The book does not ignore case law, it does not ignore doctrine, but it applies the doctrine to the actual work of the family law attorney with drafting exercises, pleading exercises, drafting memorandum of points and authorities, and so forth, as well as communications with clients and other attorneys so that they get a real feel of what the day-to-day job is. One of the features of this book is that the experiential exercises are set apart from the rest of the text. A teacher could simply ignore those or use some of them or all of them. When I teach the course, I don't use all the experiential exercises. But these exercises allow the students to apply what they've learned to a real-world exercise of drafting or research or some combination of the two. In the teacher's manual, one of the things I try to do to help colleagues is have an actual brief of each case. Now, you certainly don't have to use my brief, you could use your own, but it's there if you want it. And then for every one of the problems, and there are many in the book that are based upon cases, I have an answer, if you will, from the actual published decision, actually in the teacher's manual. Teaching an experiential course can be very demanding on the teacher. I have my own concerns about that with my own book. But I've designed this book so that we can minimize the extra work for us as teachers by assigning only one or a few or as many of the experiential exercises as you like. In addition to that, there is no requirement that these be graded in a formal sense. There's many different ways to handle an experiential exercise, as I'm sure you know. You can have the students exchange it in class. You can have the student evaluate it themselves in light of your input. There are many ways to evaluate an experiential exercise without having to go back to your office and spend 3 days grading. One of the things I'll do in this book is have periodic updates as important cases come down, such as the marriage equality case from the Supreme Court in 2013 and other cases that come along from state courts which have national implications. Those will be available to teachers with a brief synopsis of each case and periodically new exercises that add something of significance. One of the features that I hope colleagues will like about this book is that it is succinct. I've made it relatively short in terms of a case book, and that's deliberate. The cases that I've chosen may be lengthy cases, but I've tried to edit them down to the nub without missing the point of the case so that students don't have to read 15, 20, or 30 pages to get out of a case what they really need to move on to the next piece. In my experience teaching family law for many years, the students who take this course are really interested in children, they're interested in families, they're interested in trying to help as a lawyer, and I've designed this book to try to satisfy all those interests and passions that these students have about really helping children and families, and I think that students will like the book for that reason. One of the things I hope students will like about this book is that it's not so dense that assignments are 50 or 100 pages long. The cases are designed so that students can get what they need out of a case in a relatively short version of the case. The exercises are meant to be interesting and real-world exercises, and occasionally, not very often, but occasionally even a little bit humorous. Being a law professor's got to be the best job in the world. We get to study, we have the time to do independent work, and we get to share this information that we glean from our studies with our students. And in my subject in particular, family law, the students are passionately interested in it. They, for the most part, come to this course thinking, this is something I would really like to do, and I think I could help people doing it. And for me, I love that excitement that the students bring to the course.